What's up, boys and girls? My name is Cowwy and welcome back to the Carrot Club. So I've been thinking about what to do in this video and thought it might be cool to slowly rebuild my island. Since a lot of stuff here is getting old, in today's video, we're going to start rebuilding the fountain and turn it into this. Before we get started, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate everyone's support in helping to grow this channel. If you want to chat, join the Carrot Club Discord or Carrot Club Roblox group. All the link is in the description, so with that, let's get started. Here is a list of materials that we need, not a whole lot of stuff and nothing crazy. You might need to improvise with some materials because some stuff are Roblox item. Even if you don't have them, you can still build it. The first thing we need is space, at least 25 by 25 blocks. On the field you created, mark off a cross on the ground like what you see here. The single grass here is the center of the fountain. Then plow 10 blocks in each direction and that will be the edge of the fountain. When you have this, we're ready to build. We're going to start building the easiest stuff first, which is the fountain body. What you do is dig a circular outline starting at the 10th block. If you don't know how to make a circle, there is an outline right here. So now that you have an outline dug out, you will now fill the holes with stone bricks. Before we move on, put stone slab on top of the bricks so the edge will look like it is sticking out a bit. The next part is to build the fountain pool area. We'll do that by digging out all the grass inside of the outline, except for the middle grass block. Make sure you don't remove it, it is an important block. When you're finished with it, you should only have one grass block in the center. To fill in the hole, we will build one layer of stone brick just one block below the edge. We're not going to fill the entire hole, so follow the diagram here to see what needs to be filled. Then finally, we will build another layer of stone brick one block down and fill in the rest of the hole. Here comes the fun part where we build up the spiral water sprinkler. So the center grass block here will be the starting point for the spiral. And all you need to do now is draw an outline flat on the ground and don't worry about lifting it up yet. It should look something like this. The next part here will be a bit tricky because we need to raise this outline up so it looks like a spiral. We'll start at the back here. This is the lowest part of the fountain. I'm going to replace these two blocks with gold. For you, it will be stone bricks. The next two blocks here, we'll have to build it one block above the previous gold block, so it'll look like a stair going up. The next two blocks will do the same thing. We'll build it one block above the previous gold block, so for each level you build upward, you want to build it on top of the guideline always. If you're lost, there is an image on the side here as well. I'll do this one more time with you. The next two blocks, we will build one block above the previous level. Do that for the entire spiral until you reach the last two blocks. So now that you're here with the last 2 blocks, you want to lift each block by 1, and you're done with the spiral. Before you move on to the next step, double check the spiral to see if you have done it right. So if you look over here, I made a mistake. I didn't lift up these 2 blocks right here. To fix that, you need to lift these 2 blocks up and every block that comes after it. Once you have fixed everything, you should have a perfect spiral going upwards, and you can just remove the outline that is on the ground. I hope that this all makes sense to you. So the spiral I have now is made out of gold and it looks too thin. This step here will thicken the spiral so it'll look more appealing. I'm going to start building on the 3rd step. We'll just ignore the first 2 steps for now. What you want to do is place 2 stone bricks on the bottom and 2 stone bricks on top. And you will continue to do that all the way up to the top. Also, if you're using a different colored blocks like me, you'll need to replace it with stone bricks. When you have made it to the top, we need to revisit the first 2 levels, which we ignored in the beginning. On the 2nd level, you need to place 2 stone bricks on top and bottom. While the first level, you only need to place it on top, and that's it. If we look at the finished build, it looks like a spiral going upward, and you can climb it if you want. The fountain right now don't look all that appealing because it is all one gray color. What we need is a second color. I'm choosing pine slab because I like the darker color. All you need to do is place pine slabs on top of the spiral and anywhere you can place on the bottom, and that's all you do. We're almost finished with the fountain. The last part is adding the water. This part is incredibly easy. All you need to do is place blue glass on top of the stone brick inside the fountain. If you don't have blue glass, use normal glass. So you want to fill the entire lowest part with blue glass and then fill the second levels of the fountain as well. Don't worry if the water is completely flat, you won't actually notice it. The last thing to do is making the water falling from the top of the sprinkler. The simplest way is to climb to the top. On the very tip of the fountain, you want to place ice blocks all around it. If you're watching this in the future, you will need to use glass instead because ice might not be around anymore. All you do now is build downward until it reaches the pool on the bottom. At the very bottom, we want to add a little bit of extra detail, like a small splash making the water look like it is moving. All I did here was breaking random blocks and replace it with ice. I also broke some random blocks on the waterfall as well, making the water look like it is dripping downwards. Now it looks like the water is glittering and it has some form of motion to it. If you have reached this part of the build, you are officially finished and you are free to decorate around it however way you like. But for me, I like to take an extra step to decorate this to make it even look better, so you get an idea of what this fountain can look like. First, I built some random stone hedge, add some lights to the fountain to light up the walls, but most importantly, the water. If you add sea lanterns inside the water will glow nicely. Add a little bit of green to the water and surround the whole fountain with hedge bush. Finally, I add some tiny pillars on the fountain outline so it doesn't look like it is all stones. So for the last time, if we look at it now, it has this majestic glow to it. And that's the spiral fountain. I hope that you all enjoyed this build, so thank you boys and girls for watching, and I'll see you in the next video in-game or at the Carrot Club. Take care everybody.